Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 51 of the Ironman Progress Series. And as promised, we're starting this off with a Cerberus task. So here's the inventory we have and the gear we're going to be using, the Zamaraki and Hasta. So let's try this and see how it goes. So for some reason the recorder didn't capture the kill, but we just got an Eternal Crystal on kill count 17 at Cerberus. So that's pretty early, pretty lucky, and I'll take it. And so it's better than a Smoldering Stone or a Pegasus. So let's combine it with the Eternal Boot, or Infinity Boots, to make the Eternal Boots. And there we go. Best in slot Magic Boots, at least for the foreseeable future. I don't think there are any better Magic Boots than that in the game. That is pretty sweet. And a quick break from Cerberus to do some fishing, and there is level 86 fishing. And there we have level 87 fishing. The cool thing about 87 is that it means we can now fish sacred eels. So for my AFK fishing, I can now fish some Zolra scales because I'm running low on those and I don't exactly enjoy killing Zolra, so getting the fishing level is really nice. And it means we're 4 levels away from being able to boost for the Mauritania Hard Diary. So I've been doing Karam bonds from 85 until 87, so I now have about 11,000 of those in the bank. So that should get us up to almost, I think, 92 cooking, as well as giving us, setting us up with a food supply for the next few months, hopefully. Oh wow, there we have a Pegasus crystal on kill count 85. Unfortunately, we don't have the Ranger boots, so it's not the most useful one, but that's pretty lucky so far. And as you can see, we're up to 152 Cerberus kills, and we've got 24 left, so we'll see what we get from those last 24. But before I do that, I'm going to quickly go and get this level over here if the skeleton comes back. There we have level 87 attack. The other cool thing about that is 115 combat, which is the average needed for raids 1, so I'm good to go for that. So that's pretty nifty. I wanted to get it here before I went into Cerberus and then missed it. So this is a little bit worrying. I'm using my last 3 ancient shards on my Arclight and I'm up to 9,000 charges, but I don't have any more. I do have 10 totems in the bank, which should correlate to at least 10 more shards. But considering I need the Arclight for Demonic Gorillas, for Sire, and for Zami, it looks like I'm probably going to run out of these at some point, so let's hope that Demonics don't consume all my charges, because then I won't be able to do Sire, and I definitely won't be able to do Zami, and that'll be a little bit sad. Oh wow, another Ballista Spring, which is rarer than a Zenite Shard, but is still not a Zenite Shard. I'm so surprised right now. I don't know what I expected. Typical. And there's a pair of Ballista Limbs on this task as well. Again, not something I need, but I guess we can add it to the collection. Wow, that is a double magic seed drop from the gorillas. It's pretty valuable. It's a lot of farming experience, and it's listed as a 1 in 400 drop. So again, rarer than the Zenites, but I'll take this one. And that's another task finished. We're up to just over 1,200 demonic gorilla kills, and we're only at 2 Zenites. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I guess we're just gonna have to keep going. And there we have level 85 woodcutting, so that's pretty nice. Means we can now switch over to magic trees on the way to 87. 87 means that we'll be able to boost to do redwoods with the dragon axe, and it also means getting redwoods is needed for both a Kebos diary and for a master clue I have sitting around, so a little bit more time AFK and then we should get there. Harvesting a couple more Torstols, and this is going to be level 91 farming. Apparently I can now officially grow 2 spirit trees at once, so that's pretty nice. And after a lot of passive grinding, there is level 87 woodcutting, which means with the special attack we can boost up to 90 and complete that hard clue and the Kepostiri. So I'm going to work on that now. Okay, time to do the chopping. And there we go, completes the master level challenge and the elite task. And this also means we could gather a couple of redwood logs for doing some redwood tier birdhouse runs, but that's probably not really sustainable at this level. Oh wow, there we have a second eternal crystal. Not quite what we're looking for, but that's above the drop rate. And there we have 200 kill counted Cerberus. So far we've had 2 Eternals, 1 Pegasian. Unfortunately no Primordial Crystal yet, although we are still way under the drop rate for everything. So it kind of snuck up on me, but there we have a level 90 cooking, which puts us 2 levels away from 2k total. And I believe at level 90 we are able to cook dark crabs. So that's kind of nice if we ever go fishing for dark crabs. We're 10k away from level 89 fishing, so I'm going to do that, and then we'll find one more level to go get 2k. And there we have level 89 fishing, as I promised a couple of minutes ago. That means we are now 1 level away from 2k total, so this is pretty exciting. Okay, and this should be a pretty special pickpocket coming in. There we have level 80 thieving, which is nice and all. But the big thing is that this is 2000 total level, which is a fantastic milestone level to reach. And that's, I'm starting to feel like this is not a newbie account anymore, but I mean, I still have a long way to go. It's about halfway there in terms of maxing. Actually, probably a little bit below halfway, but still. 2000 total means that I'm starting to feel like a real account at this point. So that is a pretty fantastic goal to reach. Alrighty, there is the end of the Cerberus task. It has taken like 2 weeks for me to do it because I really haven't been feeling motivated. Unfortunately, we just got an Eternal Crystal during the task, so no Primordial yet, and a Duplicate Eternal doesn't really help so much. But in the meantime, I have been fishing for scales, and I am up to a stack of 50,000 now, so that should keep us in scales for, well, most things for the foreseeable future. So let's get on to the next task, and hopefully we'll be able to get the Primordial on the next Cerberus task, up to 376 kill count so far. And back on a regular Slayer task, which is nice to take a break from a boss, but here is level 86 defense. We're going to stick with attack until we get level 90, but I was only 3k XP away when starting the task, so I figured I might as well get to 86. So since I started this episode, I've just been saving up all the clue scrolls I get, so this is what it's looking like. We've got 9 beginners, we'll start with those. We've got a couple of easy, mediums, hards, elites, and 1 master. We're hoping for a mimic on the elites or masters so we can unlock the last music track and get our music cape back. But let's start with the beginners and see if we get anything unique out of it. I'm not expecting much out of these because obviously they're beginner clues and they're probably not going to be any good. And that is all of them. No uniques, no nothing. I guess the nature runes are alright. And now and now onto the easy clues. That is a unique, I think, and the Sour page might also be unique. That's probably unique, the black plate body trimmed. Is that black? Oh, that's just normal black plate legs, not anything special there. Okay, so 1 or 2 uniques out of this, nothing else special. Now we're onto the medium clues. Well, I guess for mediums we're hoping for ranger boots, but that's unlikely out of just 7 of them. That is a strength amulet T. I'm pretty sure that is unique. That is some elf camp teleports. We got plenty of those sitting in the bank. Ooh, we got a master clue out of that, so we're going to try to do that before we open the hards and elites. And that is all the mediums. Let's go do this master. Okay, that master is a coordinate followed by 3 fatal steps ending in an armadillo helmet. And I don't have one of those and I'm not going for one. So let's have a look what the hard clues have to offer us. That are some nice alkables, and I'm pretty sure that's new. Rune Heraldic Helm. I think I have one of those and I'm looking for the shield. Ooh, a Saradomin Dehyde Body. I think I have one of those. Let's have a look. Yeah, I already have one of those, so that's a duplicate. Another Saradomin page 3. Some alkables, and that one's pretty bad. So that's the hard clues. Turns out that Saradomin page is new, so that's kind of nifty. Oh, it's going to mess everything up. I'll sort that out later. Let's go have a look at what the elite clues have, and maybe we'll get a mimic. I think that's actually a completion of the Saradomin book. There's page 4, page 1, page 3, and page 2. Oh, that's nifty. That's another book completed. That's a magic seed, that'll do. That is a kind of terrible clue. That one is also really terrible. That one has a master clue, so let's go try to do that. We'll have a look at what the first step is. Zamorak Godsword. I do not have that, and I'm not going to try that right now. So, on to the next one. And the last one, it's kind of really lackluster in terms of clues. And finally, we have a single master clue to check out. Let's have a look what this one has in store for us. Boots of Darkness. That is unique, but the rest of the clue is kind of terrible. Alrighty, we're at the lighthouse to grab the Saradomin book. There we go. And we're going to stick all 4 pages in. Oops. I'm not supposed to equip it, it's supposed to stick some pages in, and there we go. Another book finished. That means we have 3 out of the 4 books finished. The ancient one's pretty nice. The Zami one might be nice at some point, but the rest of them are kind of meh, but it's a nice collection to finish off at some point. Alrighty, that about wraps it up for this episode. We managed to start Cerberus, get a single Pegasian crystal and 2 Eternal crystals. That's about it in terms of PVM for this one. This one we spent a lot of time doing skilling, so we made it up to 87 wood cutting, chopped a redwood log, fished 50,000 Zolra scales, and then also reached 2,000 total level. So that is a really big total level milestone to reach. Just 276 levels to max at this point, I guess, but I mean, I'm not even halfway there if we talk about it honestly, so cool to get, but still quite a ways to go. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. The goals for the next one are we actually have another Cerberus task ready to go, 188 of them, as you can see in the chat box, so we'll definitely be working on that. And we'll be getting 93 Slayer and hunting the Smoke Battle Staff and the Occult Necklace. So those are going to be some pretty nice goals coming up. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one.